Hello Internet, this is Olin from What I'm Listening To, here once again with another episode of Quickies. So the first CD I have for you today, I have Son Volt's second album, Straightaways. I am a big fan of Son Volt's first album, Trace, which is considered one of the best alternative country albums to exist. And I'm also a fan of Jay Farrar, who's the lead vocalist of this band. I'm a fan of his, and I'm also a fan of his first band, Uncle Tupelo, which is another super famous alternative country band. But Straightaways, I'm actually really not that familiar with. And I found this copy in the clearance section and decided, let's give it a listen. I know that the lineup on this is the same as Trace. The band has since gone through a pretty extensive lineup change today, so I don't think any of these guys, apart from Jay Farrar, are in the band anymore. But one thing I'd like to note is Mike Hydorn, who plays drums on this record, was also the drummer to Uncle Tupelo. So that's pretty cool. The packaging of this is really cool. It's here's the cover, and then you open it up. There's a picture of the band performing live, and then you kind of turn it like it's a book, and then the disc hiding inside there. And yeah, I'm excited to listen to this one. I'm hoping it sounds like Trace. I think it's not quite as widely recognized as that album, but I mean, if it's the same people involved and recorded within roughly the same time, then I'm sure it'll be good. So looking forward to checking this one out. Next up, I have another clearance find. I have Mecca Normal's Jarred Up. So Mecca Normal is an interesting indie band that I discovered through the show Cruel Summer. They played one of their songs in the show, and it was basically just trying to really drill into your head that this is taking place in the 90s. But I liked that song nonetheless. I can't remember what the song was called, but I found out that it was by this band here. And I stumbled across this album and saw that it was on K Records, which is a phenomenal label by Mr. Calvin Johnson, and decided, let's check it out. I have no idea what any of the stuff on this album sounds like. I don't even think the song that's on the show is on here, but if anything, the fact that it's on K Records is enough of a reason for me to find this appealing, so I'm really looking forward to giving this one a listen. And 22 songs. That's a lot. Next up, I have the Jesus and Mary Chain's album, Automatic. This is the band's third album, and again, another album I'm not very familiar with by a band that I like. I have their album, what is it called? I just remember the name of the track, Just Like Honey. It's the very first album that I'm blanking on right now, but I have that album, and it's widely considered their best. Great noise pop, proto shoegaze. But as far as their later works go, I am just so unfamiliar with them. And so I've decided to remedy that and check out stuff beyond that first album. And we played this in store the other day, and I really liked it. There were some songs that I thought were kind of corny sounding. Kind of reminded me of like later New Order stuff when they were kind of experimenting with just general alternative rock. But I still liked it nonetheless. Some noisy moments, some melodic moments. Just overall a pretty cool listen. So wanted to give it a closer listen. And here I have it. Yes, this is it. Next up, I have Soul Coughing's album, Ruby Vroom. Soul Coughing was a 90s band. I don't really know what you'd want to call them. I guess trip hop, alternative hip hop, alternative rock. They were kind of their own thing. They had a couple really great songs that they released on the album after this one. One of them was called Circles, and the other one was called Rolling. But I've never actually listened to this album. And there's something about this cover that I find very appealing. The vintage pretty woman with the drawing of what looks like an old version of the devil. I think that really shows the playful nature that this band tried to evoke. And what's funny is those aforementioned songs, Circles and Rolling, were used in Cartoon Network music videos that were put together with like old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So in a way, I kind of associate this band with those cartoons, and that cover just kind of really cements that. I'm curious if this will be more of the same, more kind of trip hop alternative rock, or it could be something completely different. I'm not sure. But it looks like this CD was like, I don't know, it wasn't really treated very well. There's a tag on there with some sticky residue. You might have to take some Goog onto that. And then there's a price tag for Princeton Record Exchange. 56, what was that? $199. I don't know what the 56 stands for, but sure as hell ain't $56. Yeah, anyways, I digress. Interested in hearing what this one will sound like. I like the band. I like what I've heard from them in the past, so I'm hoping this one will be just as good. And finally, we have the return of the Tall Dwarfs. This is Hello Cruel World. This is yet another album that we were listening to in store. And from what I understand, this is actually a compilation of early works that they put out. So 3 songs, Lewis Likes His Daily Dip, Canned Music, and God, what does that say? Slug Bucket Hairy Breath Monster. Looks like all one word. Good God. I believe these are all early EPs that the band released prior to their debut album. But we were listening to it in store, and first 4 EPs. And there were just so many moments where I kept having to stop and listen a little closer, and I was really liking it. Much like folk songs that I talked about in another Quickies video. Noisy, kind of raw, but still very, very, very melodic sounding music. And a New Zealand band on Flying Nun Records. 2 great things. And the artwork on this is just completely mental. It's like a Mad Magazine looking art. Very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of content on this, and I'm looking forward to giving this another close listen, and this might be something I end up paying for and adding to my own personal collection, but we'll see after I listen to it again. All right, that concludes this episode of Quickies. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.